Alright, so I'm gonna do this little tour for a friend of mine, but also this might be like a really cool time capsule. Oh, so it is September 2025. I've had this game since launch. I've been playing it pretty consistently. I have about 300 hours, 325 hours. We'll start with my house here, and then we'll just tour the whole place. Uh, Basic room here. This is where I put all the cool nightmare stuff, and every storage is full of some sort of thing. I think the only thing that I don't store is flowers. I'll just find those on the floor. This room. This is my little game room here. I got a couple of these outfits around that I used to use that I like, so I just like keep them if I ever want to put it back on. This is the plaza. I don't move a ton of houses around, but Goofy's my boy, so he's my neighbor now. I moved his house. Mostly this is where all the Disney characters are, but I have Remy and his little thing here too. And I put this little alcove here. Alcove? That's not the right word. This little area here I think is pretty cool. Got the store. Put Daisy's little thing right here. Daisy's house, Minnie's house, Mickey's house, which I don't think I moved. And then down here is where I put all the free stuff that you get from the. I think this was all free from the first little park thing that they did. So I got this little amusement park thing, and then this from the little Ursula pack. I haven't actually purchased anything except the DLC. I have all the DLC, but like Moonstones, I don't think I've ever purchased any. I just worked with what they got for free. Got Woody's house, because it sort of matches the park thing here. I made like this cute little base for the aliens. And then just some stuff that I would probably put in the plaza if there's more room. And Wally's got his own little area over here for his garden, which I think is kind of cool. And I collected all the inside out pets from the first one. I had to make sure to get this nostalgia capybara. That I needed that one. I got him within like the first couple days of the event, which I think is still running. And then you got Tiana's restaurant. Got her house back there. I used to have Ursula's house here, like, because I thought it looked cool in like pictures on Reddit, but I moved it onto the beach. Instead, I got this little farm, and then I got all Mulan's stuff over here, which I was thinking about moving to one of the areas in the DLC, but I really like how this looks, so I don't know if I'm gonna actually do that. Oh, I forgot to mention my little emergency pumpkin farm, which you probably saw, maybe not. We'll run by there and check it out. If I'm ever low on money, I got emergency pumpkins to make money. Back when I was raising money, like the gold coins, I had this big ass pumpkin patch right here that I would do while just like watching the videos or something, or like doing little fetch quests in the game. And that's how I made all my money, which I'm starting to run out of. I mean, starting to run out of is like less than. How much is that? Like I think the most I ever had was like 1.5. So we're down at the beach now. I moved Donald's boat a little bit out of the way. We got Stitch's stuff right here. And then across the bridge, we got the Moana stuff. I sort of try and keep everything together, like property-wise. So like over here, we got all the Little Mermaid stuff. And then I have those tablets all lined up over there, of course. I haven't moved them from that final quest. I think it's the final quest. And then I put Ursula's thing over here in the corner. Even though I have the thing where the little DLC where you get like her like human form, I don't use that. I have them all in their default outfits, except Ariel. I have her on land because I feel like that just makes sense, and you don't have to like, it's not DLC either, so it just feels right, I guess. Up in the forest here, I don't have too much. I was thinking about putting Peter Pan's tree up here, and I might still move it, but I put it in one of the DLC areas. What I do have is Buzz's little trailer out here. It's like a little campsite, almost. And then I have the castle from that Beast Castle over there, with his little shop. I might actually move Peter Pan's tree out here. This place needs more populace. I don't know. We'll see. And then I made this little area for Kristoff's store, and then I moved Goofy's thing here. Goofy's stall. Up here we've got, all we have is this. I had no idea really what to do with Vanellope's weird ass house, so I put it out here because I think it kind of looks good with the blues, with like the pink and the candy canes and all that. I just don't know if it's a good spot or not, but that's where it is. And it's all that's up here, except for over here I moved the Frozen Castle because I think it looks good. Got like a little playground over here, ice playground or whatever. And that's this side. Now we gotta go to the other side, to the Sunset Plateau. Now there's a bunch of just like little stuff I could be picking up, but I don't know. I'll go through it someday if I care. Up in the Sunset Plateau, all I really have is that house and the stuff from The Lion King. That's it. So Scar's place, I didn't move that. Oh, and I have Aladdin's little shop that you can get, which is super cool. And then over here is Pride Rock. I got this, I don't remember how I got this waterfall, but I was really trying to figure out where to put this. So, looks pretty cool over here. I'm super bummed. I was prepping to put Timon and Pumbaa in one of the DLC areas, but they have the same house as Simba, so I can't do that. And it feels kind of weird moving the rock to a different like biome. So I made that little area for their art. Yay. And then the Forgotten, whatever, Forgotten Realm. We got Fairy Godmother, of course. It has not moved. The chariot here has not moved. The only thing that I've really added here is this little like Halloween town area, which I think is really neato. It's like plucked right out of. It's like they plucked pieces right out of the movie and it just like fell in. It looks really. I think it looks really cool. But yeah, that's it. Hey, more gemstones. So now we'll look at the DLC areas because I'm sure that is what. So I'm making this for a friend of mine who wanted to see my island,
This
but
place is
crossplay isn't a
so
thing,
strange.
and I don't think they'll ever like be around. So this is the best way I can think of, and I want to share. So I'm not going there. But this is how you do the DLC. I'm at the point where the next one of these realms that comes out, I don't have enough whatever the fuck it's called, dream dust, to like actually do it. So I'll have to actually play the game to earn more. Anyway, you go out here for the DLC, and we'll start with the one from the very first one, which is the Eternity Island. Here we got the docks. This is one of the cool things that you get as you progress through this DLC is these like Steamboat Willie, like 1920s black and white things. It's um, one of the little plot points that happens is that the place gets like hit with 1920s tune energy and shit kind of transforms. So we got Eve's house right here. That's where it originated. This is where Scrooge's shop ends up. And you've got this little like bazaar area,
Okay, I get what you're going for here.
which I haven't added anything to. Here's all the little guys again. Oop, this is a new thing too. You can have all
This
the
feels like a day
cool
where
special
anything
pets that you have that you can get. Um, but bam, you can assign them to people that it makes sense for them to have. You couldn't always do that. And now you can have two. So I got R2D2. And if you're curious how I got this guy, there's a whole thing. I could send you a little guide to get it. It's like this dumb potato quest. But here's my emergency garden here. Over here is one of the later spots that I didn't unlock. I put this little projection screen here and this pillow fort, and this is sort of becoming like my little inside out area. Um, and then you can go up here and there's a bunch of other stuff, but it's not really interesting. Instead, we'll go up this way, which is where Remy's little space is, his little chefy restaurant. So you couldn't actually put shops from the Dreamlight Valley into the Eternity Island area until the very most recent update. So I put most of them in another area we will visit. This is Oswald. It's kind of a spoiler, but hey, you
Remember,
get Oswald.
I ain't no chump.
I do not like his voice. I wish that he would not talk. You get the... if you get it, you'll do it. But I love the effect. And you can get Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse, too, as like a skin for him. But that's his house. There's a little more over that way, but it's not really interesting. And then here is where things are really cool. It's a rift in time. You can go to the desert side or the jungle side. We'll start with the desert side.
Too.
Big plains. This is where I put all my Aladdin shit. Except for it turns out that this creature... So these little dog houses, they come with some of the premium companions you can get. This one was for the Ottoman, which I thought was from Aladdin, but it's actually from Beauty and the Beast, apparently.
Don't forget, I'm here to help.
A little Iago statue. And then out here in the desert, there isn't really too much, except this is where Gaston ended up for whatever reason. He ends up going crazy and trying to start his own, like, city-state or something. And he gets lost in the desert. But he has this meat stand right here. I moved it, but I figured I'll just put all the stands out here instead of at the docks. Eventually I want to put like more shit out here too, just so Gaston isn't alone, but I don't know. I think it's kind of funny that he's alone too, in the corner of the map. This is a trolley that's from a quest that you get from Oswald. You can go up here for there's an oasis. It's pretty nice. I don't have anything there, but we'll take a look at it real quick. Everything's super cluttered because I don't really come out here and like clean stuff up ever. Especially now that there's no reason to really come back here since I did all the quests and there's nothing else coming for it as far as I know. Actually, apparently they said that there would be more stuff coming for these islands, but I don't know, we'll see. Then if you go up the other side, you go to the future where everything is jungly. Capybaras. We love capybaras. This is where I put the that same garden that you can get, which I've now just discovered grows stuff from the DLC. That is very handy. Good to know. Let's see. That's probably the case for the for everything. Down here is one of the spots where I thought about putting Mulan's stuff because all this bamboo looks really cool with all her stuff, but I don't know if there's enough space for it for all Mulan's stuff. I get lost in this area a lot. I know that there it is. This is where Rapunzel's tower ended up. I haven't moved it. I thought about moving it a couple times, but I didn't. And this is Peter Pan's tree. I put it here in the lagoon because it's a pretty good spot for it, I feel like. And you can sit here. I might move that tree. But also, I don't know if I'm going to move the tree. But that's pretty much it. For like interesting stuff, if you do end up getting the DLC, you'll explore a lot of this yourself, and I'm not really digging deep into anything. I'm just like showing you where I put everything and what things kind of look like. So I'm gonna head back and show you the other area, the other DLC that just wrapped up its story. I think a couple months ago. I don't remember if it was August or September. I think it was August. But I only just finished everything. I still got to do the friendship quests for them, but that's it. And I'm kind of taking my time with it. I used to just like pour hours and hours into just doing all this fetch quest stuff, but it gets boring really quick. So let's head back. Of course, you can also just teleport anywhere. But like, where's the fun in that? Alright, now we're going to the, what is this called? The Storybook Vale, I believe. Yeah. So here is the Vale. Very cool. I really like this. Just like all the scenery here was really cool to just walk around in. It was at first in the other island too, of course. Just like the first impression that you get walking around in these biomes is really cool. Which is why I'm ruining it for you right now. So here is where the Scottish girl, or Irish, whatever the hell she is, from Brave ends up. I didn't change that, but I did add this, like, I
The
plopped
rabbits
down
here
the
don't
Cheshire
know if
Cat
they're
right
on
here
time.
and put some Wonderlandy stuff here. I don't
Or
know,
perhaps they
I don't know if
just
there's like a
don't
better
care.
spot for them, but I like the tree, how the tree kind of looks like a tree in the area. Added some Wonderlandy stuff, added some Brave looking stuff. All this foliage is pretty natural though. That's actually really annoying. That's better. This is the Brave area, and then across the bridge, or underneath the bridge here, is where um, the shops ended up. And I didn't move either of the shops. But this boat is... Oh, I never showed you the other house that I have in the valley. I'll show you that at the end, I guess. But this boat is also a house. I'm pretty jazzed about how it turned out, I guess, the inside. This is the outfit that you get when you get the Storybook Vale DLC. Looks kind of funky. This is one of the rooms that I made for the boat. Another room I made for the boat. Put this wheel here because it looks funny. The idea of steering a ship from the inside is very dangerous. This is an outfit that you unlock at the end of the DLC. Story sort of mirrors, what's his name? Philip from the, what is it? Sleeping Beauty. And then here's the last room. My funky pirate outfit, which I love.
Hey, watch where you're going.
We'll go and explore um, the library, which I didn't really do anything to, but I'll show you anyway because it's pretty cool. And I love how everything's connected to the library. So you can go left, and that way is the, I forget what it's called, like the Wild Woods or something. Or you can go right, and that takes you to like the Mount Olympus looking area. So we'll go right first because Hades... Oh, that was weird. Oh, that's really weird. Because Hades is the first villain. The story with this area, with this like DLC, this is where I put the shops. There's some on the other side as well. But the story with this DLC is that Hades rules half of the island and Maleficent rules the other half, and their constant bickering is like a problem. So you have to be their therapist. This is where Hades' house is put. It looks kind of funky. I like it. It's cool. I don't think I really put anything else here, but this is the other area where I was thinking about putting Mulan stuff. Not in this area specifically, but up in the plains. A nice big Hades statue over there. And then up here is where I was thinking about putting Mulan stuff. Like clearing out a little area and putting all her stuff. We'll see. We'll see. And then Mount Olympus. Really nice, like, scenery, but there isn't really too much to these areas. It's just like big open areas. And then you can cross over. It took me a very, very long time to unlock every area in this DLC. I don't know if there's like an easier way to do it. But it took me right up until Maleficent was like the second half, because this will come out in 2 separate updates. Like the story was released in 2 separate updates, and I think it took. They released the DLC, And then 6 months later, they like released the update to like finish the story in the DLC. And it took me that long just to update this area. This is where Maleficent lives, her castle up on the beanstalk. And, you know, this is the, like, Wild Woods area. This was the very last place for me to unlock. Again, there isn't really anything in here, but the scenery is really cool. And as more stuff comes out, it'll be really
I
cool to
guess
put
the great
some
kings of the
more
past
characters
watch
out
over
here.
history.
I was thinking about putting the Cheshire Cat out here, his tree, but, like, the tree doesn't, it kind of clashes the colors with this area, which is a real shame, because this would be a perfect spot for him. And then up here is like the main area. You'll see the castle. Yep, there's the castle. And the other shops that I put out here. This is where I put Aurora, who you unlock at the very end of the DLC. That's something that you unlock from one of her story quests, I think, or friendship quests. This is where Flynn Rider ends up. And this is also where I put Alice's house, which I'm not sure is the best spot for her, but that's where it is right now. And that's that's about it. So I'll head back to the valley. I'll just teleport. And I'll show you the last house that I got. I don't remember how I got it. I actually didn't want it. It just like was in a bundle I got, I think. But this is where it is, and it's got a different interior. I never, when I make these houses, I never get more than just the one story. This is where all the Dreamlight stuff that I unlocked was, and a bunch of stuff that's like of a similar vibe. Because you got the Nightmare room, so you gotta have the Dream room, you know? It's my Monsters Inc. stuff. I don't know what that... I don't know, that outfit's kind of funky. This is the Lion King stuff, kind of empty. And I think the last room is like Mulan stuff? I don't remember. Yeah, also kind of empty. I don't use this house much. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Yeah, and that's about it. I want to say that's everything interesting about my island here. Yeah.